Hi beautiful people, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing this face for the first time, you're welcome. Hi, my name is Bridget Adaze, and on this channel I discuss basic life principles, I discuss book reviews, and I film about content that generally would help us level up as young adults and become the best version of ourselves. I too am on that journey of leveling up, so as I grow, as I learn, I come on this channel to share with you guys so we all grow together. So if this is the kind of content that you'd want to be seeing, please do well to hit that subscribe button so that you get notified each time I post a new video, just so you don't miss out. So guys, today's topic is quite an interesting one because we'll be discussing some of those things that we never really learn in school. Personally, these are some of the things that I struggled with after graduation. Like, if you had seen the video I did about depression, you would have an idea of what I was talking about. I shared some things there, so if you have not seen that video, you can quickly scroll down and watch that video. So today's topic, we'll discuss some of those things that we don't discuss them, we don't learn them in school, but they are very, very vital life tools that everybody needs. As young adults, you need those skills to level up, to be a better person. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So one of the very shocking things that I discovered after school was the fact that they don't really, in school we didn't really get to learn how to think, like how to use our mind, how to think out solution. Especially if you're a Nigerian, you would agree with me that our education system has programmed us to, to cram all there is to cram on textbooks or all the syllabus. Like, just cram it so that you can pass your exam and move on. Like, nobody cares about your opinions about some of those topics that we get to discuss in our individual courses. I don't know if you guys are getting my point. Like, they've programmed us to just go to school, learn what you are taught, cram it, give it back to the lecturer and move on. Like, that's what we're programmed to do. We don't really learn how to think. It didn't really help us to build our minds so that we can be problem solvers. And this is a very, very important life tool. If you are someone who is thinking about leveling up, who is thinking about being the best version of yourself, you must be a problem solver, and that involves thinking through solutions to things. We're programmed to read, learn, pass exam, come out in flying colors and get a job. But it's not going to work like that for everybody. I can remember shortly after graduation, I fell into depression for like 11 months, and it wasn't funny during that period. Here's what happened. I graduated top of my class. Not like, I didn't do very well. I had a lot of expectation. Being an A student, I was expecting the world to fall at my feet. I was expecting the job to come like ASAP, that kind of a thing, but it didn't come. I was at home for like 11 months doing nothing. Like, you can imagine how that made me feel. Like, I didn't know that there was something called getting another skill. I didn't have any form of skill. I wasn't even prepared for job hunting. I wasn't even prepared for the real life hustle. I was just in my head, graduate, get good grades so that you give yourself, a good chance of getting a job against your peers. But that's not, what the real life is really looking for. That's not what the world would, that's not, it's important you have that, yeah, but that's not all. A lot more is required if you really want to be successful, and that is being able to think out solutions to things. For instance, you're in a situation where okay, like I was in the past. If I had better orientation in school, I would have graduated with the mindset that, okay, even if I don't get the job, I have the capacity to create jobs. I have the capacity to try other non-conventional ways of making money, non-conventional ways of doing things for myself and be leveling up. So if you're someone who is futuristic, who wants to level up and be the best, you have to learn to think, because you don't learn that in school. You have to do that by self-development, learning from people, learning from books, and asking questions where you have challenge. Okay, so the next thing I found out that the schools don't really discuss much about. The schools, our educational system did not teach us to be innovative. Like I said earlier, they programmed us to work for others. They programmed us to be employees of labor. They did not they did not teach us to be innovative. They did not make room for us to, explore our creativity, to explore what we really, if you can even tell in our exams, some of the questions that they ask, they expect you to give them exactly, so most lecturers expect you to give them exactly what they gave you during lectures. They didn't give us opportunity to, explore what we think could be the solution to these problems. These are exams questions, or these are mathematical problems that have been handed down to us from time immemorial. That is how it has been. So if they say, if our lecture, most times when they set those questions in exam hall, they expect you to follow that process that Darwin theory or that physicist puts down. They expect you to just, like, what if I have other ways of getting the answer? What if I have other ways of, what if I have thought of other ways of doing it, my own way of? Darwin was a human being like myself, so I could have my own solution to these things. If you don't do it, that, I get you guys are trying to get what I'm saying. Literally, like, we're just programmed to follow what has been there and not be innovative. So that's one of those things that I feel we don't do, that needs to be improved on in our educational system. The next point is very dear to my heart, and it is, school did not teach us that success is in the process, not the result. In fact, let's leave school aside. We've always had this mentality that success is all about the money, is all about the fame, is all about, those material, those physical things that we can see. It's all about the end result. An average person, if you ask them who are the successful people in the society, you're most likely to get names of famous people that are trending online, or names of those rich men, one of the richest people in the world. We were not properly told that is not what success really is. And this point also boils down to our value system. In fact, I don't want to even jump right into that, because value is another topic on its own. Like, is another topic to be dealt with on its own. So we need to rearrange our philosophy about success. Success is not about the end result. Success is in the process. Our schools has done us wrong. They've taught us that, okay, when you're successful, you become this, you become that. If you don't read your book, you will not be, you're not going to places. I'm not saying that's wrong anyway, but what I'm saying is, success in itself it's not an end result. It's embedded in the process. It's embedded in our day-to-day activities. It's embedded in all those actions that we take daily in order for us to get to where we not really get to. Is the process of us getting to where we hope to be. If you're a young guy or a young lady watching this video and you still have the mentality that success is all about the money, it's all about the fame, it's all about the good things in life, my dear, yes, you are living in the dark. I'm sorry to break this to you, but it is what it is. Success is in the process. It takes a lot for you to get to that point, and that's why a lot of our youth fall into that pressure to want to make the money or die trying. They just want to cut corners and make that money. You need to let people understand the fact that it's not about the end result, it's in the process. There's a lot of actions that you have to take before you can get to that point, and those actions are actually the real deal. They are your success, they are your successes. So we have to learn that within our schools has failed us in that regard. School did not teach us to network. See, I will tell you guys this for free. Networking is the real deal. Networking, if you have a very good people skill, no lecturer or no teacher will come to the front of the class and start telling you, okay, if you want to network, you walk up to so and so, you go to so and so event, you sit this way, you sit that way, you talk to the person in this manner. No lecturer does that. Nobody tells you to, okay, these are very, very vital things that you need to know if you want to be successful, because you need to network. You have to have the right connect. You have to meet the right people for you to get to the right place. This life is all about people. People are so important in your road to success. So networking is a very, very important life tool if you are someone who is looking at leveling up and being the best version of yourself. You have to be in the right crew, and that requires you to network. So networking, we don't get to learn it in school. I got to discover that, oh, I have to come out from my shell. I have to come out from being to myself. I know I am smart, I am intelligent, I can read to pass here, but that reading to pass stops at, exam level. When you come to the real world, you need to meet the right people that does not know that you know the ydx, that you were very good at the ydx while in school. They don't know that, and they don't care to know that. What they care about is the person, how much of a good communicator you are, how, what value can you really convince them that you have, that you can present to the table. So these are some of the things that was a shocker to me, and it still is, and I'm still trying to adjust. So if you want to learn as well, just note this point. And as I'm saying all these things, I'm not saying it for you to be selfish with it. I know a lot of people need to hear this information. They need to know this, because our education system don't run us straight. So let's not be mean to ourselves. So do well to share these videos to your colleagues, to the people on your timeline. They just might need this information to get back in track and keep forging ahead. Okay, so I'll move to my next point. What an average Nigerian student have at the back of their head is maybe go to school, graduate with good grades, if you can, do your MSc, do your PGD, do your PhD, for those who are really, really like for those who are interested in the academics world. That's the only form of self-improvement that we've been programmed to know. But there is more to this self-improvement journey. School did not teach you to. School will not tell you to, okay, you have to do this. You have to learn basic etiquette. You have to learn basic communication skills. Nobody has that time in school. Or would you say any of your lecturers actually mentioned that to you while in school? These are some of the things I discovered that school did not teach us. Nobody warned me about these things. Some of us were I'm sure some of us, we have been so unlucky that we had to learn the hard way. like go to an event and embarrass yourself in so and embarrass yourself before you get to know that, okay, this is the right way to behave in this kind of setting. School will not teach you that, but these are important life tools that you need. You have to be conscious about self-improvement, and that it's not all about reading books. Your looks add to it, your poise, your etiquette. These are some of the things that we don't take that seriously, but they are actually very important, except for the privileged ones. So let me not generalize, because I know that there are some schools that actually go the extra mile to inculcate that into their students. I mean, that's those schools that are for the rich and mighty, and not all of us can afford that kind of school. So if you are an average Nigerian who is privileged to go to a government school or below average private schools, because there are levels to this shit called private schools, below average private schools, or maybe government higher institutions and all whatnot, nobody has your time. So these are some of the things that you need to learn on your own. So we need to know this. We need to know this and know peace. So the next point is, school did not teach us about failures. Nobody warned us how to handle failures. That is the reason why I was depressed shortly after school, because I mean, you can't give me exams and I'll fail it. You can't bring, like, I have been an A student even from primary school. I've been topping the charts. So when job was not forthcoming, nobody warned me about this thing. So I was depressed for the longest of time. Like, that was a very, very dark period of my life. But I mean, I'm no longer there. I'm not even as I am now, with what I know and with all the things that I've gathered over the years and the experiences. I'm not even afraid to start all over again if I fail. Like, I have gotten to that point in my life where if it works, glory be to God. If it does not work, we move. So that's some of the mindsets that we need to learn that we don't get to learn in school. Nobody prepares us for failure. Nobody even talk about failing, as if failure is not part of life, as if failure is not one of those things that could come your way, that would even, in fact, it's not even could. So it's one of those things that would come in our lives. We will experience failures at some point in time or the other. So how come nobody is talking about it? How come we don't discuss that often? So these are some of the very vital lessons that we need to learn that we don't get to learn in school. So the next point is financial literacy. Our parents sent us to school to go and learn so that we can make money. But in that school, they did not teach us how to make money. What an irony. Is it not funny that this is the main goal why they pushed us to the school? They sent us to school to go and learn so that we can be graduates, so that we can work in good places, so that we can have high paying job. But when we get to that school, they did not teach us the basic principles about making this money. Nobody told us about how to manage our finances. Nobody told us about how to whether or not to borrow, when to borrow, how to start up a business, how to save your money, how to invest. Nobody brings to our knowledge investment opportunities that we could do so that we could make this money. And this is the main reason why we went to school. Can you beat that? So guys, there's a whole lot of it. I'm sure in your head you're thinking that there's other things too that we need to learn that we don't get to learn. So feel free to share in the comment section those things that you feel betrayed. So feel free to share in the comment section some of those things that you feel they are very important life lessons that we need to level up that we don't get to learn in school. I'm in this journey with you too, so I don't know it all. So let's share, let's continue this discussion in the comment section. But the last but not the least point I'll also be making in this video is nobody taught us about time management, social skills. Nobody taught us about social skills. In fact, for the longest of time, I used to be this person that just, if you want to deal with me, if you are coming with book, let's just do the book. You go your way, I go my way. If it is anything, like, let's just get it done with. If you want me to do something for you, just tell me this is what you want. I'll do it for you. You go your way, and I'll go my own way. Like, that's it. It has always been like that for me. I'm getting to know that, you're not an island. You can't do it on your own. You need people. So you have to learn to be social. Man is a social being. So it is in socializing that you'd network and eventually get to navigate through some things. And I've also discovered this, that, see, sometimes some of all these jobs that we're looking for in faraway places, they are within our network. In fact, they are the jobs that we really, really want, the things that will really make us level up in this journey called life, are within our social network. So how well do you know how to network? Were you taught in school? All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this video. Like I said previously, if you enjoyed this video, do well to share it with your friends and those people on your timeline. And if you enjoy this kind of content, encourage me by subscribing so that you get to see my videos each time I post a new one. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.